Hello and welcome to Cronkite Rundown Sports. I'm Margaret Natchek, and today I'm joined with special guest Nate Gabler. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So with just 1 week to go before the NFL draft kicks off in Arlington, Texas, we are looking to some of the top prospects, under-the-radar players, and positions teams should be focusing on as the first round approaches. Okay, so now to start with, we got a quarterback class that's being compared to the 2004 draft class of Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning. And this year we got USC's Sam Darnold, Wyoming's Josh Allen, Oklahoma's Baker Mayfield, and UCLA's Josh Rosen. And then you got the Browns, Giants, and Jets all looking for a quarterback. So what is your take on who you most liking and who do you think is going to fall in the ranks?
I love Josh Rosen. He'd be my number one guy. I think he's the best all-around passer in the draft. He's the most pro-ready prospect. He's great at manipulating defenses, creating just a little bit of space he needs to force the ball in. This throw against Texas A&M is a great example of that. To get his tight end open, he's got to move that inside linebacker a little bit to his left. So he sets his feet to the right, gives a little pump fake, comes back left, and he has the space he needs to make it. That's an NFL throw right there. We don't love his creativity. When a play breaks down, he's not great at finding the next option, and he'll struggle there. The opposite of that is Sam Darnold. He's who I think the Browns are probably still going to go with at number one, and creativity is probably his best trait. Like Rosen, he can make all the throws, but he's just so good at just manipulating space in the pocket, moving around a little bit to just make those off-platform throws. He had some turnover issues at USC. That's the biggest knock on him. He's got to fix that going into the draft. If it's Cleveland, it doesn't really matter where he is. He's got to stop turning the ball over. Now, a hot take is I just don't like Josh Allen at all, Margaret. It seems like he's just loading up gunpowder into his right arm. He's one of the most gifted throwers of the football that has come out of the draft in a long time. But I don't really know what else I like about him. He's wildly inaccurate. And historically, that's one of the things that's really hard to teach. You can teach playbooks, footwork, how to manipulate defenders in space. Can't teach accuracy. I think if you're drafting him, it's scary. You're projecting what he could be rather than what you've seen from him. And Baker Mayfield is the complete opposite of Josh Allen. So he's probably the most accurate passer in this draft. He's great at throwing the ball into tight windows. So this play here is one from TCU earlier this year. You can see no one is open. But he decides he's going to go to his tight end on the left. He has to put it over the linebacker and drop it in front of the inbound defender. There's maybe a 1-2 foot window to throw this ball in. It's a textbook NFL throw. No one's open. You got to make a play. But Baker's only 6 feet tall, and he played in the Big 12, so he didn't really have to read that many different defenses. That's the knock on Baker.
Now looking at a team that's obviously in need of a quarterback, you have the Arizona Cardinals. Now currently they pick 15th in the draft, so might have to trade up if they want one of the top 4 quarterbacks. But the Cardinals are normally shy away from picking quarterbacks in the first round. The last time they did that was in 2006 with Matt Leinart. So first of all, do you think that the Arizona Cardinals should look to get one of these top quarterbacks, or should they focus on different position players?
Yeah, Margaret, quarterback's obviously a position of need. You bring in Sam Bradford, but that's not a long-term solution. So at 15, really your best bet's probably Louisville's Lamar Jackson, who, like Josh Allen, has a lot of accuracy issues. But his athleticism and speed might be able to help make up for those.
A little bit like Cam Newton.
Absolutely, yeah. And back to the Bradford stuff, I mean, he's obviously had a bunch of injury history in the past, so if you plan on playing him, you got to look at offensive line. Guys like Connor Williams out of Texas, Mike McGlinchey out of Notre Dame would be good fits there at 15.
And as always, you got players like Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, Brian Urlacher, or now the new Minnesota Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins, who were sleepers in their drafts but found success in the NFL. So now, Nate, who are some people that stand out to you as the biggest sleepers in this year's draft?
I like the mid-round crop of receivers. So like where you found Antonio Brown back in the day, there's 3 guys I really like. Colorado State's Michael Gallup is one. Really good at making contested catches, good side speeds combo. Then you have Dante Pettis out of Washington. Was really good last year with John Ross on the other side. Probably the best route runner in the draft, but he's not the fastest or strongest guy. Then you have a guy by the name of Equanimeous St. Brown, which is fun, out of Notre Dame. He's 6'6", runs a 4.4, which is a pretty rare size-speed combo.
That's all we have time for today. Now, thank you so much, Nate, for joining us.
Absolutely.
And on Cronkite Rundown, I'm Margaret Natchek. We'll see you again next week.